Conversion of fractions. The process of changing a fraction from one form into another form is called conversion. To convert is to change. There are three ways of expressing fractions. Common fractions. Under common fractions, we have proper fractions. Proper fractions are fractions where the numerator is less than the denominator. The number at the top is less than the number at the bottom. Then we have improper fractions. Improper fractions are fractions where the numerator is greater than the denominator. The number at the top is greater than the number at the bottom. And then we have mixed fractions. Mixed fractions are fractions where we have a whole number and a proper fraction. Decimal fractions. These are fractions where you have a whole number before the decimal point and digits after the decimal point. The digits after the decimal point are always fractions. Percentages. Percentages are fractions where the denominator is 100. Examples: we have expressed 4 over 5 as a decimal. 4 over 5 is a common fraction, which is a proper fraction. So we have to change that proper fraction into a decimal. So what we are supposed to do is to divide the denominator into the numerator. Since 4 is less than 5, put a 0. 5 into 4 is 4 is less, so it can't. Put a 0 and a decimal point. Put a 0 after the 4, which is going to give us a 40. 5 into 40 will give us 8. So our answer will be 0.8. We go to the next question. Convert or change 5 a whole number 4 over 5 to a decimal. So what we are going to do is to change that mixed fraction into an improper fraction by multiplying the whole number 5 times the denominator 5 plus the numerator 4 over 5. So 5 times 5 will give us 25. 25 plus 4 will give us 29. So we'll have 29 over 5. Then we can change into a decimal by dividing. 5 into 29 will give us a 5. Put a decimal point. If you multiply 5 times 5, you get 25. Subtract 25 from 29, you remain with a 4. Put a 0 after the 4. 5 into 40 will give us 8. So our answer will be 5.8. Question 3. Convert the following decimal fractions into common fractions. We have 5.6. Now, the digits before the decimal point are always whole numbers. After the decimal point, that is a fractional part. So 5 is a whole number. The first decimal after the decimal point is a tenth. The place value of that 6 is a tenth, meaning denominator 10. So we have 6 over 10. So we have 5 plus 6 over 10. Change that 6 over 10 into, take that 6 over 10 to its lowest terms. It's the same as 3 over 5. If you add 5 plus 3 over 5, you are going to get 5, a whole number, 3 over 5. That is your answer. Convert 3.15 into a common fraction. Convert 3.15 into a common fraction. That 3 is a whole number. 1 is a tenth. 5 is a hundredth. So 0.15 is the same as 15 over 100. Since the place value of that 5 is a hundredth, meaning denominator 100. So we'll have 3 plus 15 over 100. Take that 15 over 100 to its lowest terms. It's going to give us 3 over 20. If you add 3 plus 3 over 20, what we are going to get is 3, a whole number, 3 over 20. That is our answer. Convert these common fractions to percentages. Convert these common fractions to percentages. We have 6 over 10. So what we are supposed to do is just to have a denominator 100. There are different ways you can get a denominator 100. If you want, you can always multiply 10 by 10 at the bottom. What you do to the denominator, do to the numerator. To get 100, you have to multiply 10 times 10. Do the same to the numerator. 6 times 10 will give you a 60. Or you can just go direct to just say 6 over 10, multiply it by 100%. So we are going to say 6 over 10 by 100% will give us 6 times 10%, which is the same as 60%. We have 1 a whole number 2 over 5. Convert that to a percentage. So we want to have a denominator 100 there. There are different methods you can use, but we are going to change that 2 over 5 into a decimal, which is going to give us 0.4. If I add 1 plus 0.4, I'll get 1.4. I've changed that common fraction, which is a mixed fraction, into a decimal and just multiply it by 100%. So 1.4 times 100% will give us 140%. That is our answer. The last one, we have expressed the following decimal fractions into percentage form. 1.2 into percentage form. So what we are going to do is just to multiply that by 100%. So we are going to say 1.2 times 100%. Our answer is going to be 120%. Then change 0.0075 into a percentage. So what we are going to do is just to simply multiply that by 100%. Our decimal point will move 2 steps on the right, which is going to give us 0.75%. That is our answer. As simple as that.